Hey, Samford fans, welcome into another edition of The New Normal, where we talk with Samford coaches, staff, and current and former student athletes about the changes brought on by COVID-19. I'm happy to be joined today by former Samford standout shortstop and current member of the New York Mets organization, Branden Fryman. Branden, appreciate you being here. I know you miss baseball. I think we all do, but hopefully you've been able to stay busy and stay positive during this time.
Yeah, I've been lucky to have my dad at home to help me keep busy with baseball and everything. So, you know, I've been able to stay around the game, but I'm definitely missing the actual games that I get to play, and I'm kind of tired of practicing all the time. So,
Well, obviously, this all escalated pretty quickly in mid-March while you guys were at spring training and gearing up for another long season. How were you informed of everything that was happening as far as being told, hey, we're sending you guys home and the season is being put on hold?
it was kind of like it kind of came to a screeching halt. I think the Yankees were the first team that had some players diagnosed, and it was during spring training, and the Yankees are like 2 hours away from us. So that happened, and then everybody was started to think like, "Oh, wait, are we going to be getting sent home?" And then like the next day, we had a big meeting with pretty much everybody that's involved with baseball there, and they kind of told us that we're going to have to take a little bit of a break. We don't know how long it's going to be, but you guys can go home if you want to. You can stay here if you want. It's kind of up to you. And so they sent us home, and we really haven't gotten much more information after that.
What have the last couple of months been like for you? I mean, how have you filled time? How have you stayed in shape? And what kind of baseball activities have you been able to do?
I've just been trying to get a workout in, 3 or 4 every week, and then try to hit or throw 3 or 4 times every week. Um, and with not really having too much on my plate and everything being closed down, that's pretty easy to do. Just a couple hours a day. I do it in the morning, I knock it out, and then just keep going.
There's obviously a lot of talk right now about Major League Baseball and the ongoing negotiations between the owners and the Players Association, but minor league baseball has taken a huge hit out of all of this. You know, there's the financial aspect where earlier in the week, the Oakland Athletics made some news by announcing they were going to stop paying their minor league players on June 1st. It's possible other teams follow suit. Some have said they're going to pay their minor leaguers all the way through August, but there's also the developmental side of things. And of course, Major League Baseball has really always been built on players developing at lower levels. And this year you don't get that. You don't get your 400 to 500 at bats. You don't get the hands-on coaching and the detailed analytics and information from your front offices. And I'm sure you've had plenty of ongoing discussions with teammates and coaches and front office staffers. But just kind of tell us what your viewpoint and mindset has been throughout this process.
It's definitely a little bit frustrating, especially like at least for my personal self going into my first full year, and like you said, missing 500 ABs that I could have gotten. But it's happening for everybody. Everybody's missing all those at bats right now. So really, I can't really look forward to too much because I don't know what's going to happen. So I really just try to focus on getting my work in, day out. And that's like helping me kind of deal with everything. I want to feel optimistic about coming back and playing, but I think in reality, it's going to be a long shot for minor leaguers. I think that the major league side will come around at some point, but who knows with the minor league side.
How has your relationship been with the New York Mets organization? How have they treated you over the last couple of months?
They've been great. We contact each other. Somebody's contacted me from the Mets like every 2 or 3 days, and I'll just call them on the phone and have a little discussion with them, and just kind of catch up with people. And then you have the trainers checking in, seeing how you're doing. Strength and conditioning guys, just anything really. Discussing baseball. They've done a great job with the communication. So.
What are your views on the changes to the Major League Baseball draft? I mean, obviously, being cut from 40 rounds to just 5 is going to have some ripple effects on both professional and collegiate baseball, and it's going to prevent some guys from ever getting opportunities that they otherwise would have gotten.
Yeah, I think it's brutal. I think that it's a really bad position for some people to be in because I think that there's a lot of people, at least a lot of people that I know who are in that, 5 to 10 round range, maybe even 5 to 15 that are, going to sign, if they want to sign, they're going to be able to get $20,000 or something like that. Like it's just a completely different system this year. So, and then I think the next year it goes down to 25 rounds. So just less players are being taken. There's less teams now in the minor leagues. So it's just becoming more difficult to get that opportunity. And this year, I mean, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned the less teams in the minor leagues altogether. That was something that was probably going to happen even pre-coronavirus, but it's certainly going to happen now. The amount of teams affiliated with Major League Baseball is going to shrink, and big league clubs are in general going to take more overall control of the minor league clubs. With all these drastic changes taking place, where do you see minor league baseball in say 5 years from now?
I'm hoping that it grows because I think with less teams, I think that the quality of the stadiums will increase. And I think that's pretty important for fan attendance nowadays to get people to come. So I'm hoping that there'll be a growth in minor league baseball. I think that the biggest change that there needs to be is there needs to be better like video coverage and video footage. Like Samford is 10 times ahead, like the minor league teams, you know? So I'm hoping that it grows. But I guess we'll wait and see.
Well, appreciate the shout out for the Sanford video footage. I know everyone will appreciate that. Obviously, there's news coming out seemingly every minute about Major League Baseball and its plan to play this coming season. But it seems clear right now that the owners and the Players Association have a pretty large gap to overcome in order to play baseball this season. If we get to a point where professional sports resume in North America this summer, but baseball does not come back due to financial disagreements, in your eyes, what kind of long-term impact does that have on the sport?
You know, I can't really tell if it's going to make the next year of baseball better or if it's going to make it worse because I think in a way it could make a lot of people excited for the upcoming baseball season the following year. But I mean, right now would be a great time to be playing because it'd be growing the sport right now. There's not any other sports really on TV. I think soccer is the only one that is still going right now. So if there's games being played, I think the sport would be growing a lot more than I say it was previously. So
Real quick before I let you go, you did mention earlier you do think Major League Baseball will resume this summer. Any particular reasoning behind that thought?
I think that everybody wants to play. All the players want to play, and all the owners want the players to play, and they want to see games too. You know, I know from a financial aspect, like the owners are the deal that I saw. I mean, it's not what was previously agreed to with the players. The players want to just stick to what was the previous agreement. Um, so I think that the owners will come around, but that's just like a guess. That's just like me hoping.
Well, Brandon, thanks so much for your time. I hope you're right. I hope we do have baseball this summer. I really appreciate you being here, and hopefully we're able to see some baseball maybe in July.
Yeah, let's hope.
That's former Stanford shortstop and current member of the New York Mets organization, Branden Fryman. I'm John McAfoose. That'll do it for this edition of The New Normal. Be sure to stay tuned for more interviews and updates on all of Stanford athletics on our social media channels and sanfordsports.com.